Yeah, so the live has started. So let us start with the prayers. Om Agnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Nilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaurabhaktaranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so I welcome all of you for this. This is a third mm, Power Booster session that we are doing. So today, I may not have slides, but we are going to discuss orally. Uh, so today's topic is a very beautiful topic. So it's all about. So the topic that we are going to discuss today is called as witness consciousness. So let's see what is this witness consciousness, and what does it contain, and what is that we can learn from this particular session, this topic. Um, More precisely, if I wanted to put it, so ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ? ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ,
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಯಾರೋ ದೀಪು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾಲಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಹರ್ಷಿತಾ, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಆಲ್ರೈಟ್, ಅಕ್ಷತಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನನಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿ. ಸೊ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, so today we are going to discuss about witness consciousness. So we all know, till now we have all heard about Krishna consciousness, and we know what is material consciousness. But this is something, witness consciousness that we might be hearing for the first time. Okay, let us start like this. That see, today I wanted to share one of the main reasons why we suffer constantly and endlessly. Because, see, I'll tell you, there is a big mafia which is actually going on inside of us. See, there is a nexus of mind, intelligence, and ego, right? So this mind, intelligence, and ego within us, they create a lot of chaos for us. Within us, they stay within us, and they create a lot of chaos for us. But unfortunately, we are not any of this. We are not mind, we are not ego, we are not intelligence. We are not that. I am not the mind, I am not intelligence, I am not ego. I am separate from it. I am servant of Krishna, I am soul, I belong to Krishna. So if we have to be happy always, if we have to be fulfilled, then we have to become free from this, mafia that has been created by these three entities: mind, intelligence, and ego. See, the goal of bhakti process, the goal of bhakti yoga is, we want to get entangled with Krishna. We want to become Krishnas. Krishnas means I want to become a person who is belonging to Krishna, because we have a relationship with Krishna. That is a whole process. So when we have an emotional relationship with Krishna, then we have to become free from this drama of mind, intelligence, and ego. It is as simple as that. But it is very easy to say this, but it's not so easy to do it. So today we are going to discuss how we can actually become free from this emotional drama created by mind, intelligence, and ego, and to get entangled with Krishna, get connected with Krishna, get that relationship established with that Krishna. So I want to share you know, this concept. See, right now we are all in material consciousness. We are all stuck up with our jobs, families, lot of worries, lot of anxieties, lot of sometimes happiness, sometimes fear. That is called as material consciousness. We are all right now what we are in, and we are trying to practice Krishna consciousness to add Krishna into our consciousness and make our transform our material consciousness to Krishna consciousness, which is also called a spiritual consciousness. Mm. So in between this material consciousness and Krishna consciousness, there is another consciousness called as witness consciousness, which we are going to discuss about that. Mm. So, see, in Vedanta Sutras, it is called as Sakshi Bhava. In Sanskrit, it is called as Sakshi Bhava. So, if there are any students of Vedas or Upanishads, they understand what is the meaning of Sakshi. So, what is the meaning of Sakshi? Sakshi means witness. So, what is this witness consciousness? Please try to understand this. See, what is material consciousness? We know what is material consciousness. Material consciousness means that chaos which is created by our mind, intelligence, and ego, our thoughts, our personality. We are just carried away by the mind, intelligence, and ego. We are living a life completely controlled by mind, intelligence, and ego. That is called as material consciousness. And what is a Krishna consciousness? Krishna consciousness is where our soul is loving Krishna. Krishna is reciprocating with the soul, and our soul is having relationship with Krishna. It is completely spiritual. And in between there is, and what is witness consciousness? Witness consciousness means I consciously separate myself from the material things. Let me elaborate this one. When I say I consciously separate myself from material things, means I separate myself from my mind, intelligence, and ego. I try to be in present, and I understand that I am not the drama that is created, that I am not that drama created by mind, intelligence, and ego. I'm just a witness. I'm just standing at a distance, and I'm witnessing what the chaos that is this mind, intelligence, and ego is creating within me. I am not the thoughts that I'm getting. I'm i'm not all of these thoughts that are coming. So the more we separate ourselves from this mind, intelligence, and ego, the more we are in that state of witness. Witness means nododo. We see that, right? We stand at a distance and we see what my mind is doing, what my ego is doing, and what my intelligence is doing. So the more we are witnessing the drama of mind, intelligence, and ego, the more we are situated in the witness consciousness. That is what is called as soul state. Soul state means uh, soul state means that soul tells to Krishna, I love you. So in between myself and Krishna, when I say to Krishna, I love you, there is a lot of drama that is created by mind, intelligence, and ego. So if as long as we separate ourselves from these things, we cannot achieve this soul state. See, whenever, in other words, if I wanted to put it, what is how do we define the chaos that is created by mind, intelligence, and ego? It is called as ahankar bhav. So what is the meaning of ahankar bhav? Okay, what is how does the ego, mind, and intelligence, what kind of chaos they create in us? See, the biggest chaos that they create in us, within us, is that they make us to think that I am an enjoyer. I start thinking that everyone and everything should start revolving around me. I am the enjoyer. My word should run. I am the central figure. This is what this mind intelligence and especially ego will make us to. They make us to believe in this concept of I am the central figure. I am the controller. I am the enjoyer. And what is the meaning of this? Is called as ahankar bhav. And what is the meaning of Krishna consciousness? Krishna consciousness means it is a sevaka bhava. I am serving Krishna. I'm in the mood of a servant. So today, what I am trying to propose is I am trying to propose this state of witness consciousness, which is called as Sakshi Bhava, where I am going to separate myself from this, you know, chaos created by mind, intelligence, and ego, which is currently governing me. And I I consciously separate myself from this chaos. And after separation, while I'm witnessing in awareness, I will start loving Krishna. I will start serving Krishna. So this is the whole essence of today's discussion, right? So in 1972, what happened? So Prabhupada has given 3 lectures on this Sakshi Bhav. That too, particularly in Vrindavan. I think I think in November month itself, in 1972, Prabhupada has given 3 lectures on this Sakshi Bhav at Radha Damodar temple. I'll try to share those links with you people on the group. But I think I have those links with me. I'll share with you. So, in these 3 lectures, Srila Prabhupada has emphasized 2 important statements. The first statement that Prabhupada has emphasized is that Prabhupada always said that bhakti is simple. Prabhupada said Krishna consciousness is simple. And the second statement which Srila Prabhupada has said is our relationship with Krishna is natural. Try to understand. Our relationship with Krishna is natural. And Prabhupada has said this so many times that, hey, you know, our relationship with Krishna is natural. What is the first statement? Bhakti is simple. And second is our relationship with Krishna is natural. And to explain these 2 things, Prabhupada would always quote, this shloka from Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 7th verse. Mamaivamsha jiva loke jiva bhuto sanatana manashastra nindriyani prakritistani karshati. So in this, Krishna is telling that all the living entities, all of us, we are all part and parcels of Krishna. So what does that mean? That means that we belong to Krishna. We all belong to Krishna. Krishna says that you are all eternally belonging to me. But there is some problem here. What is that problem Krishna is saying? Krishna is saying, Manashastran indriyani prakritistani karshati. Krishna is saying, because of the mind, senses, and false ego, prakritistani karshati. Karshati means struggle, fighting. Because of this mind, intelligence, ego, and the senses, we are all struggling. So bhakti is simple. Our relationship with Krishna is natural. But in between, we are all struggling because of mind, intelligence, and ego. That is why Prabhupada has said this, repeated this verse many times, that Mamaivamsa Jiva Loke. We belong to Krishna. And the analogy Prabhupada, okay, there is one good analogy that Prabhupada gives about finger. See, this finger, as long as this finger is attached to my body, if I say, hey finger, pick this up, pick it up. the finger will pick up. And if I say, hey, finger, you keep quiet, so finger will keep quiet. Anything you order, the finger will do, because the finger has no existence other than being part of my body. But if the same finger, if I cut it and if I throw it away, will the finger act as per my direction? No. So Prabhupada always said that similarly, our position is we belong to Krishna. We are like that finger. So simple to understand. This is how simple this Krishna consciousness is. And this is how Srila Prabhupada has presented. See, Krishna consciousness is very simple. Prabhupada presented it in a very simple manner. But the the problem, where the problem is arising, is we are complicated. We are we have become complicated because of our mind. And Prabhupada and Krishna says that this is karshati, this we are struggling because of the complication created by mind, intelligence, and ego. We keep on asking questions on how to become happy. Because of these complications, we are unable to re-establish ourselves in a natural relationship with Krishna. So that's why, sometimes it becomes very difficult to explain everything to everyone, right? So Prabhupada simply says, you go chant Hare Krishna and be happy. But did Srila Prabhupada say only chant Hare Krishna? Prabhupada said something else also. When Prabhupada says chant Hare Krishna, that means here read Bhagavad Gita, hear Bhagavad Gita, go and take devotees association, do deity worship. So chanting Hare Krishna means it includes all these direct bhakti yoga practices. And second thing, what Prabhupada always said is do seva, service. See, Prabhupada translated this bhakti yoga as not as bhakti, it is bhakti seva, devotional service. So the three things which are very important is, one is direct bhakti seva, which is chanting of the holy name of the Lord, hearing about Krishna, and second is service, right? So these are all direct bhakti yoga practices. And there is a third one which Prabhupada has also said, which is very, very important. The third thing that Prabhupada has said is be free of designations. What is that? Be free of designations. This is extremely important. Prabhupada has said this a lot, especially in those three lectures. I'll share that with you. And every time Prabhupada says, Prabhupada is emphasizing on this like anything. See, what is actually happening inside is there are there's three bhavs. One is ahankar bhav, which is created by mind, intelligence, and ego. And second is sakshi bhav, which is witness consciousness. Sevak bhav is that I am a servant of Krishna. I wanted to serve Krishna. See, this ahankar bhav, this mind, intelligence, and ego, the emotions created by these mind, intelligence, and ego, or the drama that is created by the mind, that is called as ahankar bhav. So if we have to become free from this ahankar bhav, from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, oh no. I think this is nectar of instruction. Prabhupada quotes this shloka. Sarvopadir vinirmuktam tatparatena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktiruchyate. So what is the meaning of when Prabhupada said be free of designations? The meaning is that, sarva upadi vinirmuktam. We have to become free from designations. And these designations are we ourselves imposed on us. And once we become free from designations, then what we need to do? Rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchyate. Engage our senses and mind by becoming free from designations, engage our senses and mind in the service of Krishna. See, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was present, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always used to say, Kiba Nyasi, Kiba Shudra, I forgot that shloka. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying that I'm not a Brahman, I'm not a Kshatriya, I'm not a Vaishya, I'm not Shudra, I'm not Brahmachari, I'm not Grihastha, I'm not Sannyasi. Actually, Mahaprabhu was a sannyasi, but still he used to say, I'm not a sannyasi also, I'm not a Vanaprastha. Then who I am? I am the servant, servant and servant of the servant, of devotees, of Krishnas. So basically, all the emotional complications will start because we are attached to our designations. And we become emotionally free when we become free from these designations. So in Vedantic tradition, it is also called as being situated in that position, different from our material identities. See, we have put up a lot of false layers in our consciousness. We need to remove those false layers from our consciousness. So there is a there when Prabhupada was present, when Prabhupada went to other countries and he preached, and many people, a lot of people became devotees, and Prabhupada brought all of his Western disciples to Vrindavan in India. So that time, when Prabhupada brought, a lot of disciples from Western countries, so the Vrajavasis in Vrindavan, they were not ready to agree them. They were kind of separating them as foreigners. So it's like that. So Prabhupada was urging all the Vrajavasis that please accept these foreign devotees. Don't see them as foreigners. So Prabhupada used to say that we are not Americans, we are not Indians. So see, if we go to somebody's house, stay for some time, and then we leave, we cannot say that it's because I stayed in your house for 10 minutes, that house is mine. No. So similarly, we as a soul have come and occupied this body. We stay for some time in this body, and we leave this body and we go away. For that purpose, if my body has taken birth in America, I proudly say that I'm an American. And if this body is taken birth in India, I say that I'm an Indian. And if this body is taken in the form of a male, I say I'm a male, I'm female. See, we have to give up this male body, Indian body, American body eventually. We are all just guests. Similarly, American and Indian also. So basically, Prabhupada was totally on a transcendental platform, purely on a spiritual consciousness, and you know, he was he again and again emphasized, we have to at least become free from these designations through analysis. Only then we can start serving Krishna meaningfully, right? So that is why the process of freeing ourselves from these designations, this can be achieved by chanting Hare Krishna and serving Krishna. But then there is a paradox here. See, we may chant, we are chanting, but still, if we see ourselves, we are not still free from our designations. Still, sometimes we become angry. Sometimes we become envious. Still, sometimes we fight with devotees. See, unless we consciously remove the temporary designations that we are attached to, it is like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is a spiritual master of Prabhupada. He gave one example. So there was a marriage being conducted. So on the other side of the river, So bride is from this side and bridegroom is from that side only. So when the party from the bride, so they were supposed to travel. Morning is a marriage, so they started. Everyone landed onto the boat. So whole night they're supposed to travel to the other side. So they all landed. So it was pitch dark, and the boatman he started rowing the boat. So the whole night, the boatman was rowing the boat, and so morning everyone wakes up and sees that they are not reached anywhere. They're at the same point only. The reason is because the boatman has not removed the anchor. So similarly, if we do not consciously work on, you know, these designations, we become like that boatman. We are chanting Hare Krishna. We are trying to do. We are doing Bhakti Seva. But unless until we consciously put our effort from our side, we will be, of course, we will be progressing. There is no doubt about it. But our progress may become slow. So the designations are material designations. We are all entangled here, right? So today we are going to learn about that bridge process. Bridge process is, what is that bridge process? The bridge process is, one side is material consciousness, and second, on the other side is Krishna consciousness. In between, as a bridge, we should start practicing witness consciousness. See, this process is given by Prabhupada, right? It's not my concept. It is given by Prabhupada. So Prabhupada said that we need to become, free from designations. So for that, we need to practice Krishna, witness consciousness. So now we will start diving into the concept of witness consciousness. What is this witness consciousness? See, in Bhakti Yoga, see, I'll tell you once again, Bhakti Yoga is different from the other processes. There are many other processes like Advaita Siddhanta, impersonalism, and there is Mayavada Siddhanta, and there is also, what is that, mm, Nirakara Siddhanta. Many Siddhantas are there. Okay, so Bhakti Yoga is a Dvaita Siddhanta, because this is a final evolutionary evolution that has happened in the process of spiritual teachings. All right. So I don't know how many of you heard, yeah, how many of you know about the impersonalists or Mayavadis. So the goal of impersonalists say that God has no form, no name, it's just an energy, it's just a light, all of those things. And Mayavadis say that I am a God. Actually, because of getting into the Maya, I fell into this material world. As soon as I liberate myself, again I'm going to become God. So that is a concept of Mayavadi, which is totally nonsense. So when, see, they also speak about this witness consciousness, but we in Bhakti Yoga practitioners, as a devotees, we also speak about, this witness consciousness. But the way that we speak about with this witness consciousness is totally different from what they speak. See, according to them, witness consciousness means, we have to remove ourselves from these designations, karmic entanglements, material bondage. That is what they speak. But in ISKCON, when we say witness consciousness, we say that, okay, you separate yourselves from this material entanglements, material bondage, karmic karmas, designations, everything. And by doing so, you get attached to Krishna. But for them, there is no attachment to Krishna. Getting detached itself is a final goal for them. We always say that don't renounce the world, just transform your existence, making it an offering of devotion. So our focus is that you get attached to Krishna, right? So that is why, it's very important to understand the difference. See, whenever we get into the practice of the Krishna consciousness, right? So we all have old conditionings, old patterns, old desires, old habits that are all very deep rooted in our subconsciousness. See, when we practice, when we start practicing, let's say we have practiced for 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years, and after 2 years, if something old pattern which is stored in our subconsciousness, if it comes up, we become very guilty. This guilt will start creeping within us, and this guilt will start whispering, you know doubts about our sincerity. Oh, see, you are in this process for 2 years, 3 years, and you're so fallen. You're not worthy. You're an useless. That's how we get trapped by this mind, intelligence, and ego, and we start feeling ashamed. So this unfortunate cycle will get created, and this cycle will go on. We realize that, okay, the Maya has come, and it has made me to collapse, and this Maya is troubling me, so I need to chant more, which is really good. But this is all this is all you know everyone will do. All devotees will do this. But if we want to go one step ahead, then we should also start working on something more. And that something, working on something more, to achieve that emotional mastery, to achieve that emotional freedom, is that we want to consciously work on becoming free from designations. See, if we are in bhakti, if we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, definitely Krishna is going to make us pure. There is no second thought about it. Definitely we are progressing, and we will progress. But we don't know, Krishna's sense of timing of purifying us. So that is why, anyhow, I have come to practice Krishna consciousness. Let me put a good effort from my side also. Krishna is already doing. Let me put some conscious effort from myself as well. See, Prabhupada has given one very good example, uh, the sparrow and the eggs. There was one sparrow. The sparrow has lost its eggs in the ocean. And sparrow very humbly went and asked the ocean to return it. The ocean did not listen to the request of sparrow. So you know what sparrow has done? Sparrow decided to dry up the ocean. And what sparrow started doing is, it started picking up little bit, a drop of water in its beaks, and it used to go that side, far away, and it used to spit up that water there. And everyone was looking at the sparrow, and they're all laughing. But the determination of sparrow was so high that Garuda started observing that, the efforts of sparrow, and Garuda eventually came. He said that, if you don't if you don't return the eggs of the sparrow, I am going to dry you up. Then the ocean returned the eggs finally. So Prabhupada said that we should be like that sparrow. We cannot wait and say, oh, Krishna one day will take care of me. Just just keep chanting Hare Krishna. Krishna will do everything. Definitely Krishna will do. But we should also show, our sincerity, our effort. let me clarify it. See, see, whatever the practice that we are doing, be it chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, be it coming to the association of devotees, reading Bhagavad Gita, everything, go to temple, everything we are doing deity worship. Let us continue that. Let us hear Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita class. Everything is perfect. But added to this, we should also do something little extra to show Krishna that we are serious about cleaning our hearts. And that is consciously removing the designations from our consciousness. So, see, what is this? What is this? Separating ourselves from designations. We do it using with the help of witness consciousness. What is the meaning of witness consciousness? See, whenever we are chanting, we just need to simply step back and just observe mind, intelligence, and ego without any judgment. Observe without judgment. The moment if you start judging, the moment you judge, again the ego will come into play. Observe your mind, intelligence, and ego without judgments. Let's say you're chanting, okay? So you got a desire. Just observe that desire without identifying yourself with that desire. So that's a time you remind to yourself that I'm not this mind, I'm not this emotion, I am the servant of Krishna. So I'm witnessing these moments happening within me. This is a very simple awareness, but this is extremely powerful because it creates a space. See, we should create a space between who am I and what my mind, intelligence, and ego is doing. There are two different things. See, I have nothing to do with what my mind is doing. I have to create a space between me as a soul and my mind, intelligence, and ego. And when we can create that space by practicing witness consciousness. In other words, if I want to put, we simply name that we simply observe the drama happening within us without judging, right? So when we do this, you know when we do this, we separate ourselves from mind, intelligence, and ego. So this separation between my soul and intelligence, mind, and ego, that space, that bridge, is called as witness consciousness. I'm just simply observing in an awareness. It is a bridge between the material consciousness and Krishna consciousness. See, I am a true self. I am eternal. I am soul, pure soul. And when I separate myself from the contamination created by this mind, intelligence, and ego, that is called as Sakshi Bhav. That is called as witness consciousness. See, in this witness consciousness, what we do is we observe the thoughts, we observe the emotions, we observe the desires without identifying with them. Let's say there are too many thoughts. Write them down. Write them, but separate yourself from this drama created by these three. When you recognize them as temporary modifications of the consciousness, then you're peaceful. And the moment you start observing, the moment you start witnessing them without identifying yourself, see, right now, why are we all suffering? The reason why we are all suffering is because if my mind proposes something, then I think that it is me. whatever my mind intelligence and ego says, we think that, oh, that is me. And if mind becomes if mind is, thinking of something which is very distressing, then I will become sad. If my mind will become happy, I'm going to become happy. So we have become the puppets in the hands of mind intelligence and ego. So problem is that we have recognized that whatever that this mind intelligence ego is creating, that is my essential nature. This is what we are thinking currently. All the drama that is created by these three, I think that that is me, but actually that is not me. You understood? So so it's very, very important to understand that I am soul, I am different from this mind intelligence and ego. So this is a very big stepping stone in Krishna consciousness. And when we separate ourselves from this mind intelligence and ego, in that awareness state, we offer a beautiful service to Krishna. We want to offer beautiful emotions to Krishna. But when an impersonalist or a Mayavadi, when he practices witness consciousness, what he says, okay, I'm not this mind, I'm not this intelligence, I'm not ego, I am soul. Okay, this is what the final is. So an impersonalist or a Mayavadi, he stops there only. But a devotee, a bhakti yogi, what he does is he separates from mind intelligence and ego, and he goes you know beyond this witnessing to serve Krishna. So that is why I if you all remember, I don't know if you all remember or not. In our mantra meditation course also, I have said that, see, all the impersonalist philosophers, Mayavadis, or the silent meditators, their goal is to get peace. But we as a bhakti yoga practitioners, our goal is to get love. There is a big difference here. They want to come from suffering state to neutral state. From -5 to 0, they want to come. But if we are in -5, we wanted to come from -5 to 0, and then we need to go from 0 to +5. We don't want to be happy just with peace. So that is why when we attain witness consciousness, we become peaceful. We have no anxiety, no distress, we are equipoised. From there, we want to go Mad Bhaktim Labate Param. We want to develop love for Krishna. We are not we are not just we are not happy just by being peaceful. So our destination is therefore just not witness consciousness, but it is a bridge for us. I don't know if you remember one of our sessions, Achinta Beda Beda Tattva, simultaneously one and different from the Lord. How our soul is simultaneously one and different from the Lord. So qualitatively, we are one with the Supreme Lord. All the qualities that Supreme Lord has, our soul also has. And quantitatively, Krishna is very huge, and we are a very tiny bit. I've given that example of you know uh, taking up a mug of water from the ocean, and the quality wise, the the water which is contained in the mug is having the same qualities as the ocean. All of these things. So from this Achinta Beda Beda, if you see, we also have the same qualities of Krishna. But why we are not But why we are not experiencing that qualities? Because we are currently driven by mind intelligence and ego. So we need to experience that oneness qualities with Krishna. So we can do that when we separate ourselves from these designations. We experience the soul state. So then we when we start practicing this one, then we experience ourselves as divine, pure, and we start getting that unique loving relationship with Krishna. Then we can start offering emotions. So that's why in fifth, I think in second chapter 58th verse, Krishna says that Yada samharate chayam kurmo angani vas sarvashah indriyanindriyartebhyas tasya prajna pratishtita. So it means that Krishna is giving an example of tortoise. When tortoise is in danger, it withdraws all its senses and it stands still. So similarly, by practicing this witness consciousness, when disturbing emotions come, we withdraw, like tortoise. So without reacting, when we withdraw, that means you have become emotional. This is called as emotional mastery. When you can withdraw from your emotions, you're not reacting. You have achieved total control. So that is what is Sarvopadir Vinirmuktam, that Prabhupada is to quote from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Right now, what is my upadhi? What is my designation? I'm such and such a person. I'm a son and daughter of such and such people. I'm from this city. I'm from that city. I work in such and such a company. This is my car. This is my house. She is my wife. They are my children. These are all the designations that we have given as of now. So that means we are all still attached to these designations. So actually, who I am? I'm pure spirit soul. I belong to Krishna. But if I want to come out of these designations, then I have to start witnessing my mind, intelligence, and ego. See, my identity is that I am pure spirit soul, and the pure spirit soul is always a servant of Krishna. So, in other words, if I wanted to put it, all these designations that what we have given to ourselves, these are all different masks that we have put for our soul. So when we remove these masks, the spirit soul is can be seen. So our soul is a pure spirit soul, waiting to have a loving relationship with Krishna. So that's why from material consciousness, we should start practicing witness consciousness, and then Krishna consciousness. See, you can practice Krishna consciousness immediately. Even when we are contaminated, we can practice. There is no hard and fast rule to chant Hare Krishna. So that's why Prabhupada said, everyone, at any time they can chant Hare Krishna. So bhakti is not dependent on any material condition. But this concept of witness consciousness we are discussing today, the reason is because in the process of practicing Krishna consciousness, if we can bring in this if we can try to become aware and practice this witness consciousness, our progress will become faster. So while practicing bhakti, while practicing designations, you cultivate these practices, to remove the designations. See, this is not optional. And many people say that, oh, you keep practicing bhakti yoga, everything will happen automatically. This is not automatical. It's not going to happen. It's not that automatically it will happen one day. See, actually, this all the conscious effort that we need to put from our side. This is an essential service that we offer to Krishna. We cannot dismiss the need for this. It's a conscious effort we need to put in. If we do not put, conscious effort, then it is called as spiritual complacency. So that's why, you know, so that's why it is very important to understand that we are all practicing spirituality. We are all chanting the holy name. Everything we are doing, but if I'm not addressing my inner contamination, if I'm not addressing all the temporary designations I put on myself, you know, then I cannot, then I cannot, then I cannot progress faster. See, we are all grown up, right? We are all not any small children. So we need to definitely depend upon Krishna's mercy. We have to depend on Krishna's mercy. But we should also demonstrate our maturity by making some efforts to purify ourselves. We need to show our seriousness to Krishna also. That Krishna, yes, I am willing to purify myself. So we have to do some effort. We cannot just say my heart will be cleaned automatically. If we refuse to active work on practicing witness consciousness, if we do not practice cleaning our mind, intelligence, and ego, then we are basically, in other words, saying to Krishna, Krishna, you come and clean my mess. See, we have to grow up spiritually. We need to attempt to clean. We need to clean. Um, we need to put effort from our side also, and rest will Krishna will do. Just like that sparrow was determined. So similarly, we should also try ourselves from our side to whatever extent that it is possible from our side. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also to Arjuna that Arjuna, elevate your consciousness, elevate yourself by your mind. Do not degrade. So we are not going to receive Krishna's grace passively. Okay, okay, Prabhuji, I will wait for Krishna's mercy. Yeah, we need to wait for Krishna's mercy, but we cannot become passive recipients of grace. We need to be very active, actively participating. We should work to transform our hearts. So that's why when we start putting this effort, extra effort, no, in the process of bhakti, something amazing and beautiful will happen. We will start moving from material consciousness to Krishna consciousness. We will become emotionally free. We will become free from being controlled by my mind. We will become free from tyranny of our conditioned mind, and that freedom will bring you know uh, peace, and that peace will give clarity, and that clarity will help us to do more and more service to Krishna, offer more and more loving emotions to Krishna. So that's why the practicing of this witness consciousness is very, very important for us. And it's just that we need to be aware of our identity. What is our identity? I am a I am not this body. I am not mind. I am not intelligence. I am not ego. I am a soul. I am a part and parcel of Krishna. And the chaos that is created by my mind, intelligence, and ego, we need to just observe them, and do not identify with them. just be cognizant of whatever that they're creating. These are all chaos that they're being created. It's not me. My duty, my constitutional position is to serve the Lord. Let me do it. Let me not scratch my head, but by uh, let me not scratch my head for whatever that this mind, intelligence, ego are creating. Let me just focus on my responsibility of serving Krishna. All right. So this is what I thought I'll share with you all. I hope you all have understood or got some idea of this witness consciousness. Mm, yeah. Anyone has any questions?